Hi guys, so my name is Fabian Cancio here for the class of Principles of Marketing. Today we're gonna be discussing chapter 14 content mastery. So today we're gonna be discussing about a very important aspect of pricing is elasticity. We're gonna be talking about price elasticity, how it demands, how marketer can use information in pricing decision, all of that. Also, the organizations will typically set long-term objectives. So, the keys to achieve these objectives, we're going to be talking about the keys of them, pricing objectives, and what it leads to pricing strategies. Also, discussing the three primary pricing strategies. Um, we're going to be including examples, details, and everything. Also, in the last thing we're going to be talking about is the concept of price. The consumer, how they doing with price and everything, understanding the methods of using influencing price and consumer perceptions, the key of it, markers if they are successful or what, also the tactics marketer use, and all of those. um So talking to here today in chapter 14, so pricing strategies, how price affects demand. So one keyword is supply. So the amount of supply is the amount of product that will be offered for sale at different prices during a specified period. Demand as another keyword. The demand is the amount of a product that consumers will purchase at different prices during a specified time period. Another one is market equilibrium. So market equilibrium is when the supplier makes just enough product and price it in such a way that consumer buy it all. Elasticity is the measure of a responsiveness of purchasers and suppliers to price changes. Elasticity of demand is the percentage change in the quantity of a product the demanded divided by a percentage change in its price. So when elasticity of demand is 1.0 greater than 1.0 is demand is elastic. When the elasticity of demand is less than 1.0, the demand is inelastic. So we're going to be talking now forecasting demand. So the one keyword is qualitative forecasting. So qualitative forecasting are techniques that rely on subjective data that reports opinions rather than using statistical data. Quantitative forecasting is another keyword. So quantitative forecasting is the technique that rely on statistical data, such as past sales or results from small tests. So the duty of executive opinion, is another keyword. And so the duty of executive opinion is the qualitative forecasting method that assesses the sales expectation of various executives. Another keyword is Delphi technique. So a Delphi technique is qualitative forecasting method that gathers several rounds of feedback from experts inside and outside the firm. Salesforce composite is another keyword. So Salesforce composite is qualitative forecasting that methods. The forecasting method are based on the combined sales estimated of the firm's salespeople. The survey of buyer intentions. Survey of buyer intentions is qualitative forecasting method that samples opinions among groups of current and potential customers concerning purchasing plans. Also, another keyword for forecasting demand will be trend analysis. So trend analysis is the quantity forecasting method that estimates future sales through statistical analysis of historical sales patterns. The third theme about chapter 14 will be pricing strategies. Pricing objectives represent the firm priorities when setting prices, such as reaching a certain sales volume or communicating prestige. Scheming pricing strategies is a keyword from pricing strategies. So scheming pricing strategies is intentionally setting a relatively high price compared with the prices of competing products. It's commonly used as a market entry price for distinctive goods or services with little or no initial competition. Another keyword is penetration pricing strategy. So penetration pricing strategy is setting a lower price than competitive offering in order to stimulate demand and market acceptance. It's commonly used by cable and internet providers, retailers, or to lure shoppers to new stores. Competitive pricing strategy is pricing strategy designed to reduce emphasis on price as competitive variable by matching competitors' prices and focusing on their other ways to differentiate the product. Competitive pricing is used by nearly, I think, 2/3 of all firms. Another theme is pricing tactics. So now we're going to be talking about pricing tactics. So once a firm has established its overall pricing strategy, it can use specific pricing tactics to support that strategy. So pricing tactic is something that can support the strategy that you had already in your firm or your business or brand. One tactic can be psychological pricing. The second one will be product line pricing, and the third one will be promotional pricing. So psychological pricing is pricing tactics based on the belief that certain prices or price range make products more appealing to buyers. Product line pricing is pricing tactics where the firm sets a limited number of prices for a selection of merchandise. I think that retailers use this tactic to satisfy shoppers who want different price ranges while maintaining simplicity. Promotional pricing is pricing tactics in which a lower than normal price is used as a temporary ingredient in a firm marketing strategy. Loss leader. So the loss leader is the pricing tactic where goods are priced low, below cost to attract customers to stores in hopes they will buy other merchandise at regular prices. Another theme is price and perception of quality. So I think that many buyers interpret expensive product as high quality product. Because of prestige is often associated with high prices. Manufacturers of some status brand go to great length to prevent discounting. Pricing and the law. So pricing decisions are influenced by many legal constraints imposed by federal, state, or local governments. Example like sales taxes or excise taxes. The role of regulation is to ensure that pricing is conducted in a fair, transparent, and competitive manner. Robinson-Patman Act. So the Robinson-Patman Act is a Depression-era law that prohibits price discrimination when selling the same product in the same amount or to two different customers. So this law rules that prices differences must reflect actual cost differences. And it also prohibits selling unreasonably low prices to drive competitors out of business. A keyword here is price discrimination. And price discrimination is when a supplier offers the same product to two buyers at two different prices. Another keyword is unfair trade laws. Unfair trade laws are laws which require sellers to maintain minimum prices for comparable merchandise. The goal of these laws is to deter international predatory pricing by larger companies. Also, like the FTC was created to prevent business practices that are anti-competitive or deceptive are anti-competitive or deceptive or unfair to consumers. The FTC oversees enforcement of more than 70 laws. Most of these laws don't relate specifically to pricing, but they influence pricing in several ways. So today we talk about pricing strategy, pricing on the law, also about the perception of quality, the tactics of pricing. That also when you have your strategy of pricing, the pricing strategy already, you can start with to have pricing tactics to improve your pricing strategy and to be better in that. So yeah, thank you guys.